Hello there beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I hope that all of you guys are doing amazing. So this video is a very important video. It budded from another video of mine, the video where I house hunted. Now a lot of you guys watched it and a lot of you guys had a lot of questions after watching it. I got various comments in the comment box of that video. You guys had so many doubts that I hope I've cleared at least some of them, and I also got a lot of messages on Instagram after watching that video. And yes, one thing I would like to tell you guys is I'm not a real estate expert. So if you come and ask me what the rent prices are like in I don't know, Whitefield, near Manyata Tech Park, I don't know because I've not been there. I'm literally just one of you guys. I've come to Bangalore. I've tried getting a house near where my office is. So about HSR, maybe I know a little bit because I live in HSR, and maybe Sarjapur I know a little bit because I've lived in Sarjapur before. Other than that, I'm pretty clueless, you guys. But with that said, when I first came here, I didn't know anything about HSR, and I managed to get a beautiful house. I managed to do it all by myself. So if I can do it, so can you. So I'm gonna give you a walkthrough of maybe how to house hunt from my experience. So I've made a lot of points here, and let's try to cover them one by one. Okay, let's spill the tea, shall we? So this video is just about people who want to come to Bangalore for long term. If you're coming for short terms, that's an entirely different concept. All this does not apply to you guys, okay? So if you're coming to Bangalore for long term, for work or for college, first thing that I would like to tell you is if you're a first timer, definitely do these kind of things, okay? One, if you're coming for work, ask your HR if they can provide you accommodation for a week or 2 weeks, because a lot of companies do that. Trust me, even startups do that. I got to know that my company does that. I don't know why I did not even ask my HR, which was very stupid of me. But yes, a lot of companies do that. This is a thing. So ask them for accommodation, read their policies, and that will buy you enough time to find the perfect house. Now that is if you're working. Second thing, if you're going to college for the first time in Bangalore, go to the hostel. Kids, go to the hostel. It's fine. And trust me, hostel is so much fun. I lived in the hostel for 4 years in my college, and I do not regret it at all because I had the most fun there. And you don't necessarily have to stay in the hostel forever. This hostel plan is just what you need to buy you enough time to find a perfect house. You know what I mean? So stay in the hostel for like, I don't know, 1 semester. By that time, you get familiarized with the whole area around you, and that's what you need. You need to find the perfect area where you want to live, right? So in that 6 months of time or 3 months of time, use it to find the perfect area. Same with office people. Now, you don't want to do either of these things. There is a third option. Go to a co-live or a PG. It is so easy to go to a co-live or a PG. There are so many options in Bangalore. You just can't go wrong with it. You can actually with a few PGs, I've heard, and a few co-lives. So research about that also and just book it for a month. Book a lease for a month or 2 months, and again, use that 2 weeks of time, 1 month of time, 2 months of time, or whatever it is. That is that time where you can use to find the perfect housing for you, the perfect area for you. And trust me, area is super important, which I will get to right now. When choosing area to live in Bangalore, there are obviously priorities that you have to set, okay? Are you a party person? Then that is the priority for you, right? Party places in Bangalore, Kormangla, everybody knows about, Indiranagar, MG Road, etc. Now I am not a party person, so I don't quite know where exactly the party places are, but you get the point. These are all very Googleable things. You don't need other people to tell you this. You can easily go to Google and just type party places in Bangalore, and Google will tell you. Google is your best friend in all of these processes, trust me. So Google tells you where the party places are. You see, you walk around that place, okay, you find a place to live, easy. But also another thing that you will have to consider is your office or your college. So even if you're a party person, you might want to stay close to your office or college, or midway to your office or your college, because it is really important, because transport in Bangalore can get expensive if you plan on traveling by Uber, Ola, etc. Now you can always book an auto using Uber, Ola. There's also Rapido, which is another thing in Bangalore, which is all about, autos and scooties and other kind of stuff. There's also Bounce, Yulu, etc., which you get rental bikes and stuff. But still, sometimes you might just not get an auto to go to the office. What will you do then? Walk all the way? That is really hard. So that is exactly why, you guys, you have to live close to your office or close to your college. Now, I live a kilometer away from my office. If I want to take an auto, I do that, or I walk. It is a 15 minutes walk. That's probably the only exercise I get in a day. So yeah, why not do that? And I'm very happy with it. So exactly, choose the destination properly. Okay, and that 1 month of span that you've bought yourself now that you're living in a co-live or in office accommodation or in the hostel, that time is very important for you to choose the area that you live in. Explore Bangalore, explore the neighborhood so that you know exactly where you want to live. Because once you sign that lease, usually for a house, especially now, landlords sign leases for at least 11 months. So yeah, you can always break that lease, but you will have to give them money when you break that lease. So what I'm saying is, in the end, you're finding a house for a long period of time, right? So choose your area properly. Yeah. Okay, so now that you've chosen the area that you want to live in, the next question is what kind of a house you want to live in. Now, there are gated communities, independent houses, flats, societies, villas, etc. There are so many options to live in Bangalore. So you choose that. And the next thing that you want to choose is, well, you have to ask these questions, okay? These questions are very, very important. First things first, the deposit that you have to pay. Now, during COVID, the deposit was comparatively lower, okay? And right now, what I've heard is landlords have started asking a lot of deposit, 50,000 plus. That's what's happening right now. That's what I've heard. And right now, after COVID, I will tell you that Bangalore housing market, it has become a landlord's market more than a renter's market. So keep that in mind. And another thing is brokers. There are so many brokers all around Bangalore who will help you find the perfect house you need. That is great. But also, you'll have to pay them a fee, a brokerage fee, right? Now, when I was house hunting, I had to pay them, I guess, 2 weeks of 2 weeks of rent was the fee that they asked me, but that was during COVID time. Now I've heard that they're asking for a month's rent as their brokerage fee. This can be wrong, this can be right, I'm not sure. Giving you a heads up. So the best thing, and this is money that you will never get back, okay? But yes, they do have a lot of contacts, they do have the perfect house for you. So that is there. So decide how you want to spend your money. Do you want to do it on your own? I did it on my own. I find the perfect house. And you can choose what kind of things you want. And another thing that you have to ask about, I completely derailed from the topic, didn't I? Okay, deposit, right? So that was the first point. Second point was furnishing. Lot of not furnished houses in Bangalore, lot of semi-furnished, and I won't say a lot, but there are a lot of furnished flats also. So if it's furnished, you have nothing to worry about, everything's handed into you. But another thing, semi-furnished is also okay. Non-furnished, yes, a clean canvas, but it's gonna, you'll have to spend a little more money afterwards because, you have to furnish it. Another thing you have to ask for, water connection, gas connection, electricity. Now, in a lot of places, none of these are included. And in a lot of places, all of these are included. There are a lot of places where electricity is not included, but water is. So it's a confusion. So make sure that you ask exactly what you have to pay for and what you don't have to pay for. So this is very important. And another thing, of course, Wi-Fi connection, that's another thing that you'll have to think about. And yeah, heater. Check if everything works. When you go home, check if all the switches work. Check if the lights work. Check if water works, all the pipes, everything. This is very, very important. And see if the landlord's a nice person, because that is so important when you go stay in that person's house or flat for a long time, you guys. That is going to be your house. So make sure you ask all these questions and prioritize what you need. Do you need proper ventilation? Do you need a closed space? Because I've had friends who wanted that. So ask the right questions, and the right questions are different from people to people. You ask what is right for you and what your priority is. Okay, good. Now, honestly, those are the tips I can give you for house hunting. Okay, prioritize what you need. Sign up on all websites like No Broker, Nestaway, housing.com, Magic Bricks, etc. etc. Find a broker if you feel like that's what you want, and of course, they will have a lot of contacts for sure, no doubt. Or walk around and find the perfect house. But again, if you're a first timer, I highly suggest that you put in time. Okay, you put in a lot of time into house hunting. It is so important because that's the place that you're gonna live for a long time. So always remember that you have a lot of options. How you choose to live is up to you. Nobody is going to stop you. And Bangalore is a beautiful place. Welcome to Bangalore. You're gonna have a lot of fun here for sure. Okay, I'm just gonna wind it up here. Yeah. Okay. Bye. I hope you have fun here. And maybe someday we can all meet. Okay, bye. I love you guys. Also leave a comment if you felt like this video helped you even a little bit. Thank you. Okay, bye.